Hello. Good evening, afternoon, I guess. How's it going, chat? TLDR? Oh, of the league? Well, actually, we hit a few of the nails on the head here. Where was it? So there's a bunch of PoE 2 stuff. PoE 2 got delayed. The beta is no longer coming out in 3 months. It's coming out in 9 months-ish, maybe. Towards the end of the year is all they said, hopefully. So classic delayed, classic, dude, classic. They did say though, a bit of good news is that the beta will include the end game. And so it's not just gonna be 1 act or 2 acts, it's gonna be the whole game, they said. Well, minus like, maybe not the whole game, but it's gonna encompass level 1 through level 100. Like it's gonna be the whole experience. They won't have everything. Like they said they might not necessarily have all the classes or something, but they're gonna have the whole game in the beta. Because they believe that testing the end game is important, so that's cool. Obviously, we got a bunch of nerfs. People are saying this is a nerf patch, and I agree. What are all the nerfs? I mean, it's a big list. Penance Brand, Storm Brand, Arc of Surging, just to name a few, obviously deleted. Archmage Ball Lightning got nerfed, like Ball Lightning is static and everything like that. You can't put it on a totem, and what do you call it? Doesn't work with Archmage, so rip subtract them. They did not nerf DD. They nerfed it a tiny bit. It lost a little bit of damage in T17. It caps the scaling at 83 or tier 16. Oh yeah, Blood Notch got destroyed as well. It still works, but it's kind of hard to get. It's basically dead. I mean, it's not dead, but it's. I would be surprised if people still use it, because basically you lost a ring slot now. There's a non-zero chance it's not dead, but it's a super big nerf for sure. Tornado Shot, holy shit guys, Tornado Shot got nerfed. Mage Blood got nerfed, and Headhunter. They nerfed Soul Eater. It's now capped at 45 stacks, which is disgustingly huge nerf. Probably one of the biggest nerfs I've ever seen to Headhunter. They've made Headhunter like a shell of its former self, let me tell you. You guys don't know. What else did they nerf, chat? Mage Blood, the Mana Cost Flask mod doesn't exist anymore. So Mage Blood no longer solves your mana and gives you a free aura. That's just gone now. A huge nerf there. Also, the Ellie Res Flasks, obviously we already knew that, but now they give max res, which is worse than reduction. So that's a nerf. Potentially up to double damage taken on Mage Blood builds, on top of the fact that they lost the mana cost reduction and aura and stuff like that. Yeah, some massive nerfs, dude. Oh, they did say though that they're making the rare div cards more common, but that's because stack decks no longer give you yeah, basically they also nerf stack decks a shit ton. Stack decks and diviners no longer give you access to boss drops. Stack decks are also rarer now, and less stack sizes and shit like that. So there'll be less stack decks, I believe, is what they said. So yeah, massive nerf to stack decks. But they did buff the drop rate of all the rare div cards. So they said that apothecaries are going to be 2.5 times more common now. And we also have new scarabs to make it easier to drop them. But that's at the trade-off of losing sextants and master missions is whatever. But yeah, we lost sextants. But sextant functionality is now being added to Atlas passives and scarabs. And so now instead of having master missions, so instead of having like Alva, instead of having sextants, now that's all gone. And it's all being put into the Atlas tree and scarabs. So now we only have to worry about 2 major things, right? So that's nice. I guess we still have to do Deli Orbs, but you know, it's a step in the right direction. What else? There's some new boss content. So they reworked Ubers. And so instead of accessing them via a keystone, they will now make it a separate fragment, which is what they should have done originally. And so now there's no downside to running all your bosses early. Like if you have a Maven Writ, just run it. A Maven Writ is just a Maven Writ now, which is fan-fucking-tastic. Actually a huge W for hardcore, and a huge W for people who aren't Uber Slayers, which is a lot of us. Let's be honest. We're not all out here killing Ubers all day. Some of us just have the ability to do regular bosses still, okay? But Ubers still exist, obviously. They're just accessed through a different fragment. And so those are now accessed through a new tier of map, tier 17s, which are ultra hard. So there's like a Uber map to access the Uber content now, essentially. And those maps seem to be quite common, but you do need to do a lot of them. It was 5 fragments per boss. I don't know if that means we have to do 5 tier 17s to do one boss, but I guess we'll find out, won't we? They also separated the drops, and so whenever you kill an Uber, you get an Uber drop now. So there'll be no more getting, you know, fucking dog shit drops from Ubers anymore. It's only gonna be Uber drops now. They also added one more Uber drop to pad the drop pool. So there's like maybe 4 drops now from each Uber. And it's basically all the rare shit, all the GG shit. Yeah, we don't know if the drop rate of Nimbus is still gonna be 2%. I think it's a fair assumption that it's not gonna be 2%, and it's probably gonna be a lot higher. Probably not like 50%, but maybe like 10% now, because the fragments themselves are so much harder to get. Which is, by the way, can I just say, it's how much better is that? Killing an Uber and getting rewarded. You know, instead of farming an Uber like literally 100 times and not getting a Nimbus, now theoretically you kill it like 5 times and you'll get a Nimbus. Now, the fragments themselves are gonna be a lot more expensive, for sure. But I think that's a huge W. I think that's fantastic. It means it's a big change for hardcore. It means killing the Ubers in hardcore will feel extremely rewarding. As opposed to just farming it 100 times, risking your character every time and not getting anything for it, which is lame as shit. The invitation shit's pretty big too. Yeah, so they added a bunch of quality of life as well to counteract the nerfs, I suppose. I think whenever they nerf a bunch of shit, they like to sweeten the pot. And so, while we lost a lot of power from, you know, obviously they hit all the major pain points, is what I was telling Sis last night. Let's just take a look at PoE Ninja, right? You see Deadeye T-Shot. You see Pathfinder. Flask got deleted. You see Guardian. Nerfed SRS and Sentinel of Radiance. So they nerfed like the top 3 right there. And then if you look at late game, obviously all these like Headhunter, Mageblood Andes, Giga nerfed at the wazoo. So yeah, and obviously Chieftain's no longer going to be amazing because Affliction's gone, and yeah, they hit a lot of major pain points. Yeah, people are going to have to do LA instead of T-Shot probably, which I'm sure is fine, but definitely a different vibe for sure.
One more new toy.
So what happened to Headhunter? They capped Soul Eater stacks at 45, which is a huge nerf. That's probably the most powerful mod by far. Capping it at 45 is a huge nerf, like a massive nerf. You also lose stacks now. So if you haven't killed a mob recently, you'll actually start to lose stacks too. The nerf to Blood Notch is they removed the node that enables it. So you see on the ES Mastery, stun threshold is based on energy shield instead of life. That's gone now. They removed it, they deleted it. I think that's different wording now, but the intention is to nerf Blood Notch. So GG Blood Notch. Anyway, what else did they do? Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, so quality of life. We got, the only new one I think was harvest crafting. When you're crafting at the bench, you no longer need to hover over every time, it just stays. I think there might have been one other quality of life change that was unannounced until yesterday, but I can't remember. Oh, of course, yeah, the multi-atlas is huge. Atlas tree is so good. Yeah, so now we have atlas, multiple pages, multiple atlases. What else? Omens are back. They're now on Ritual. Magic Find, they actually did do the Magic Find change, believe it or not. They further removed Arch Nemesis conversions. So the majority of Arch Nemesis conversions are gone. So GG. Not a huge fan of that, but GG. Ralakesh got nerfed, it no longer has movement speed. Minus 30 movement speed, so pretty huge nerf. Actually won't be so dominant anymore, that is a huge penalty. Defiance of Destiny unchanged actually. Defiance of Destiny completely unchanged. Oh yeah, and of course, the new league mechanic. The new league mechanic seems to be mostly about crafting with a little bit of extra juice in the form of packs. These packs that you can essentially add to the zone, they give you a variety of rewards, including tattoos. So tattoos are back too, which is a pretty big change. Yeah, here we go. So you can add like packs of frogs, packs of monsters that contain Karui tattoos, splinters, etc. You know, XP, etc. But yeah, as you can see, tattoos are back. Now, they nerfed the shit out of them though, and there's only the basic tattoos. So I would say they played it extraordinarily safe with tattoos. Anything that might be good is nerfed. Like if you thought, oh, now I'll get X tattoo, it's probably shit now. That being said, it's still gonna fulfill a niche. Like if you need a little tiny bit more cold res, tattoos will be able to give you that. If you need a little tiny bit more of this or that, it's gonna be able to give you that. But you're not gonna build your character around them anymore. The exception being, there's a few exceptions, like maybe the Warcry tattoo is back. That might be one of the few exceptions, I would say. Warcry node is deleted, right? Wasn't that needed for corrupting cry? Oh yeah. Oh wow, that's a huge nerf actually. I didn't think about that. That's one of the only Warcry builds that actually got nerfed by the removal of the keystone. Yeah, that's fucking dog shit, eh? That's dog, eh? No, I don't think you use Call to Arms. It's -1 support gem. It has a cooldown penalty, and you don't want to automate it. You want to actually cast it on mobs. So I think you actually just self-cast it. It's just a huge nerf, honestly. They added 5 new transfigured gems, and they buffed a lot of the old underperforming ones. So that's good. Again, at the cost of all the overperforming ones. Overall, I think they basically refreshed the meta, which is a good thing. And we got a bunch of new cool fun things to play around with in terms of builds and content. I think it's a huge W over League. Although, it's probably going to be way less loot than Affliction. Like, unbelievably less loot. Like, holy fuck. And I would say our power level of our builds got decreased as well, by a lot.
Excited for new League?
Yeah, I'm very excited, Bossy. I'm very excited. It should be a cool League. Now, I do have some bad news, though. I think you guys have been asking for it. And I have some bad news. Now, I am leaning towards hardcore trade because Ziz wants to play, Ben wants to play, and I think there's gonna be a petition to get as many people to play hardcore trade as possible. And so we're gonna try to bring back hardcore trade for this league. Fuck you. Yeah, well, the thing is, if all of us play hardcore trade, it's kind of good. And so if Ben and Ziz and myself and other people join in, like if a bunch of us play hardcore trade, it actually makes hardcore trade kind of fun then. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. So there's an influencer now confirmed. Well, each one of us influences a little bit of people, and if we all do it together at the same time, it actually makes it's actually very noticeable the effect it has on hardcore trade. I mean, that's the vibe, right? Like if a bunch of streamers play hardcore trade, it does make an impact, right? And on a positive way. Like you do get like a decent amount more loot in the league and players participating, not just the streamers themselves, but the people around them. I think Ziz said he was gonna message a few people, and if a bunch of people decide to play hardcore trade as well, then we'll do that. So now to chat is Seth. I'm not gonna lie, part of what influenced my decision is the fact that they delayed the beta, and so it feels like PoE2 is now further away. And so we have a little bit more time to relax and chill, like there's not as much pressure. Because I was going to squeeze out Chat SF just because this might have been the last time to ever do it, realistically, before PoE2 comes out. But we have till the end of the year now, so yeah. Do you have any builds in your closer selection yet? So that's the thing. They fucked me. GGG fucked me. Like, I can't play Pathfinder. They fucked me. I'm tempted to league start Trickster, unironically. Although Mageblood got nerfed too, so... I mean, then again... The max res is honestly not an L for Trickster. Like, it's still good enough. Because Tricksters have a really hard time getting 90 max res. Like, they actually struggle, like, immensely. Maybe we just play Trickster. Is Trickster gonna... Yeah, Trickster honestly might be my build of the league. I don't know what build yet. But I'm sure we can figure something out. Splitting Steel got nerfed. Sniper's Mark got deleted, basically. It's like way weaker now. So yes, unfortunately, Splitting Steel is not the god build anymore. I would say Splitting Steel is only good with a Nimbus now. That's my vibe. Nah, I don't think anything using Sniper's Mark is dead, but Splitting Steel was literally like more than double your damage. And it's not like the damage was that OP without Nimbus, because you needed returning proj and you had to be shotgunning them in their asshole. Like, I would say Splitting Steel was an alternative to Bone Zone. Now Bone Zone is literally more than twice as good. Like, it's not even close now. But yeah, anyway, so what kind of build? I mean, I guess if I'm playing hardcore trade, what are some like hardcore trade builds I could play? Maybe I should just be like a Sanctum farmer or something. I don't even know. But I mean, that solves one problem. I mean, let's see. Like, what are some good league starters that, you know, they don't get fucked in the ass like Guardian? So I would say, I mean, Bama Guardian is probably better now. I mean, I'd say Bama is probably going to be better than the SRS. Yeah, Toxic Rain. Although, dude, you know they fucked it though with the flask though, eh, bruv? Like, that is, God. Yeah, Armor Brand Recall I don't think got deleted. Obviously Bone Zone, Jug, Slayer. I mean, it's so funny hearing Khan complain about what happened to Bone Zone. Because it's like nothing compared to what happened to like so many other archetypes. Holy shit. Yeah, Explosive Arrow is insane. Yeah, I could see some sort of pop build for sure. Do you think Popcorn SRS then? I mean, Popcorn SRS is definitely pretty top tier. That was my league starter, and it technically got buffed. So yeah, actually pretty legit. Popcorn SRS super legit. Oh, maybe, I mean, hell, maybe I haven't played again, who knows? Yeah, actually, genuinely. Frostblick Ignite. Yeah, because they buffed it, right? Frostblick Ignite. That's pretty cool, actually. You're right. DD obviously OP. What did they change that TR isn't good anymore? They nerf flasks. And anyone who has a brain will know what that means for TR. Like, for starters, let's go over it, right? Right off the bat, immensely weaker against elemental damage taken, right? GG, that sucks. But here's the big problem. Your mana on TR will never be good, ever. You're gonna be running a fucking mana flask forever, dude. Or you're gonna go EB, but you're not gonna be able to like solve it via flask anymore because they removed the fucking mana cost reduction flask and all jewels that had mana cost reduction. It's gonna be fucking dog. Any totem builds? Yeah, EA's top tier, like actually top tier, which is hilarious. Based off this list, I would be probably doing Popcorn SRS, Frostblink Ignite, or Bama Guardian, to be honest with you. One of those three. Probably not Popcorn because I did that last league. I wouldn't mind being a Rise QT cosplay Andy. Although, did Bama Guardian rely much on the old corpses? Shit, it kind of did, didn't it? Need to check what it's like without old specters. Because yeah, those got removed, so GG, right? So is Poison Concoction nerfed with flask nerfs? No, I think Poison Concoction... They also have a Transfigure gem for it. I think Poison Concoction's in an okay state. It might have actually gotten buffed. I think there's a tattoo for life flask recovery rate and stuff like that. It could potentially be buffed. Sparkwood tattoos. Yeah, Sparkwood tattoos could be back. It is nerfed, but yeah, we'll see. Can there also be a lot more new gems they haven't shown yet? No. They said that there's gonna be 5 trans gems, right? Is that what they said? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, there is a bunch. There's actually 5 more gems unreleased. Peacock and Incinerator out. So how do I see the Peacock and Incinerate ones in the press kit? Continuously launches a torrent of fire from your hand, repeatedly damaging enemies. As you channel the spell longer, the flames spread wider, closer to you, and spread no longer directly in front of you. When you stop channeling, you release a slow-moving wave. So it gets bigger as you channel it. I haven't used the new Incinerate ever, so I have no clue if this is cool or not. Here we go. Poisonous Concoction of Bouncing. Throws a single bottle that releases a burst when it hits the ground, dealing unarmed attack damage in an area with a chance to poison. The skill will then chain, bouncing randomly to deal damage multiple times. Can consume charges from life flask to add further damage. Modifiers to the number of projectiles instead apply to the number of times the skill chains. Is this rolling magma? Oh, it's random though, hey. What the fuck is random? It's kind of a bit weird, isn't it? No shield, by the way. What? What, you can't have a shield? Wait, is this actually really OP? And like, is that why you can't wear a shield either? Like, what? Alright, and then we have Tornado of Turbulence. Alright, we know those. I mean, do I just buy this literally just for the turtle? Like, seriously? It's just for... Is this a $90 hideout, chat? Alright, I'm buying a $90 turtle, guys. Holy shit. Alright, ignore the fact that I have 1 FPS. Ignore that part. Holy dude. This is a nice hideout. This is a very nice hideout. Dude, it'd be so cool to go AFK just like this. That's some PV2 textures. Yeah, looks nice, dude. Looks very nice.